The most haunted places in the world. True ghost stories and legends. The air is thick with an eerie silence. You can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as you enter the ancient ruins of a long-abandoned castle. The darkness is almost suffocating, broken only by the flickering flames of your candle. You try to shake off the sense of foreboding that grips you, but it's no use. There is a ghost haunting you. Welcome to the Amazed channel. If you are deeply curious, subscribe and let's dive in. You know that you are not alone. The spirits of the past linger here, trapped in a realm between the living and the dead. These are the most haunted places in the world, where true ghost stories and legends come alive. Are you brave enough to explore their dark secrets and face the terrors that await you? Enter at your own risk. Tower of London. The Tower of London, a historic castle and fortress situated on the banks of the River Thames, has a dark and ominous history that continues to haunt visitors to this day. While it may be a popular tourist attraction by day, by night the tower is a place of terror and dread. For centuries, the Tower of London was used as a prison, torture chamber, and execution site for traitors and criminals. Many infamous prisoners met their end here, including Anne Boleyn, Lady Jane Grey, and countless others. The walls of the tower have witnessed unimaginable horrors and countless tragic deaths, and the ghosts of these poor souls still linger, haunting the corridors and chambers of the castle. Even the tower guards, known as beefeaters, are not immune to the chilling presence of these spectral beings. They have reported sightings of the headless ghosts of Anne Boleyn and Lady Jane Grey, as well as the apparitions of the two young princes who were brutally murdered by their uncle, Richard III, in 1483. The Tower of London's ghosts are not confined to the distant past, either. Visitors have reported hearing eerie sounds and feeling cold spots as if they are being watched by something otherworldly. Some have even reported seeing apparitions of former prisoners or soldiers and feeling overwhelming sense of dread and despair. It is no wonder that the Tower of London is considered one of the most haunted places in the world, a place where the past and present collide in a chilling and ominous way. Greyfriars Kirkyard, Scotland. The Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh is a cemetery that harbors a sinister secret. It's whispered to be one of the most haunted places in the world, and those who dare to enter do so at their peril. Visitors have reported chilling sightings of the Mackenzie poltergeist, a malevolent spirit that is said to be responsible for unexplained phenomena in the graveyard. Legend has it that a homeless man once trespassed into Sir George Mackenzie's mausoleum, unleashing a wave of terrifying events. Since then, the Mackenzie poltergeist has been known to haunt the cemetery, seeking vengeance on all who cross its path. Numerous paranormal activities have been reported, from mysterious noises and cold spots to full-bodied apparitions and physical attacks. Brave souls who venture into the Greyfriars Kirkyard have experienced an overwhelming sense of dread and foreboding. Nearly 200 people have blacked out while visiting the cemetery, and others have fled in terror, bearing bruises and scratches. The Mackenzie poltergeist is said to be especially active at night, lurking among the shadows and waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims. Those who dare to enter the Greyfriars Kirkyard do so at their own risk. The Mackenzie poltergeist is still said to haunt the graveyard to this day, and it shows no signs of relinquishing its hold on this cursed place. Island of Dolls, Mexico. Prepare to be terrified by the haunted tale of the Island of Dolls. This artificial island in Mexico is one of the most chilling places on Earth. The island is home to hundreds of dolls that hang from trees, their lifeless size seemingly following visitors as they wander through the eerie landscape. Legend has it that a young girl drowned in a nearby canal, and her spirit has haunted the island ever since. When Julian Barrera moved to the island, he too was plagued by the girl's ghost. Desperate to appease her, he began hanging dolls all over the island in her memory. But the dolls seem to have taken on a life of their own. Visitors to the island have reported hearing whispers and laughter, and some have even claimed that the dolls move on their own. But the most terrifying aspect of this haunted place is the story of Julian's nephew, who was said to have been lured by the ghostly girl to join her in the afterlife. His lifeless body was found floating in the same canal where the girl had met her tragic end. Are you brave enough to venture to the Island of Dolls and experience its ghostly secrets for yourself? Screaming Tunnel, Canada. Deep beneath the railway tracks that run from Toronto to New York via Niagara Falls lies the infamous Ontario Tunnel. Locals believe it to be one of the most haunted places in the world, shrouded in an eerie legend of a tragic young girl. The story goes that over a century ago, a fire broke out in the girl's farmhouse, located at the south entrance of the tunnel. Desperate to escape the flames, she ran towards the tunnel, hoping to find help, but alas, her fate was sealed. Trapped inside the dark, eerie tunnel, she perished in agony. But the story doesn't end there. According to locals, if anyone dares to light a fire inside the tunnel, the girl's blood-curdling screams echo through the darkness. Some even claim to have seen her ghostly figure wandering the tunnels, seeking a way out. The atmosphere inside the tunnel is suffocating, and the air is thick with an overwhelming sense of dread. Dare to venture inside, and you might just find yourself face to face with the ghost of the girl who lost her life so tragically, and hears her screams echoing through the walls of the Ontario Tunnel. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. Deep in the heart of Japan lies the Aokigahara Forest, a place where the trees grow tall and dense, casting an eerie shadow over the forest floor. This is no ordinary forest, for it is considered to be the most haunted place in the world. Over the years, the forest has witnessed the largest number of suicides, with the annual number of deaths second only to those at San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. It is said that the spirits of those who committed suicide here still roam the forest, trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead. Some claim to hear whispers in the trees, while others have reported being followed by shadowy figures, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Those who dare to enter the Aokigahara Forest often do not return, for the forest has a way of luring people in, twisting their thoughts and emotions until they can no longer resist its call. Many who venture into the forest are never seen again, their fate unknown. The Aokigahara Forest may be beautiful to look at, but it holds a dark secret, a place where the living and the dead collide, and where the spirits of the departed continue to haunt the forest to this day. Myrtles Plantation, USA. The Myrtles Plantation, situated in Louisiana, is infamous for being one of the most haunted places in the world. The plantation has a dark and disturbed past, and it's said that the ghost of a vengeful slave girl named Chloe haunts the premises. Legend has it that Chloe was one of the slaves owned by the plantation's owner, who mistreated her. In retaliation, Chloe poisoned the owner's family. However, the plan backfired, and the owner discovered Chloe's misdeeds. To seek revenge, he brutally killed her and discarded her body in a nearby location. Since then, the ghost of Chloe has been seen wandering the plantation, seeking her revenge. Her ghostly apparition has been reported to disturb visitors, with sightings of her in the rooms, hallways, and even in the gardens. Some visitors have also reported hearing her whispering or crying in the night. Beware, for the Myrtles Plantation is not for the faint-hearted, and Chloe's vengeful spirit still lingers on, waiting to strike. There are countless haunted places in the world, each with its own chilling story and ghostly legends. From the Tower of London to the Island of Dolls, and the Aokigahara Forest to Myrtles Plantation, these eerie locations continue to attract thrill seekers and ghost hunters from around the world. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, the tales of these haunted places will send shivers down your spine and leave you questioning what lies beyond the veil of death. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.